Have you ever felt absolutely exhausted and burnt out doing sales? Have you ever felt like, oh man, if I have to do another sale, I'm not sure what I need to do. And then all of a sudden, you read a motivational quote, you watch an amazing YouTube video, and you go, yes, I can do it. You get on there and you just push and push through. Worst mistake ever. G'day winner, I'm David Dugan, founder of Abundance Global. Now you may think, what the hell was I talking about? Well, to give you context, I need to give you a little bit of background. Back in my late 20s, I was an athlete. I did a sport called the modern pentathlon, and I went in with the representational team with Australia, competed at a high level. And what's really interesting is when you're competing at a high level in sport, you train for a competition, you train for a meet, and you peak, and you just train until you get to the competition. At the end of the competition, you take a break. And I did that while I was an athlete. Then I started in business, and guess what? I didn't do that at all. What I did in business is I kept on working harder and harder and harder because I've got to hit my quarterly quotas. I've got to hit my quarterly targets. And you know, I realized, where the hell does a quarterly target come from anyway? I tell you where it does. It comes from psychotic CEOs who are having to present figures to a board, and so that we have a share price that does a certain thing so they can keep a job. It's no wonder, you know, most CEOs have a job like 2 to 3 years and they're out to the next. So they've got to just push to get to the next level. Here's what I found though. In business, it's a little bit different. And here I was in my early days of business, pushing, and I was getting burned out. I was getting exhausted, but I know I needed to do it. So I thought. And what happened was, a good friend of mine, her name's Lisa, told me to read this book. And the book is called The Power of Full Engagement. Managing energy, not time, is the key to high performance and personal renewal. And this applied so acutely to being in sales and to really growing an amazing business. Here's the challenge, is what I found was that most people are working on a quarterly sprint. If this is 90 days, they are sprinting for 90 days. What that ends up happening is you end up running a whole year, in other words, a marathon at sprint pace. That is going to burn anyone out. Here's the truth though. The best way to run a sales team and also a whole organization is to work on a different rhythm altogether. And the rhythm is a 4-month rhythm. This is how it looks. If you imagine that this is time, and this is month 1, month 2, month 3, and month 4. Over here, this is results. What happens is in the first month is when you go, right, what do I need to get done in the next 4 months? You have excitement, you have a level of energy. At this point here, this is when you're excited. This is when what we call the activate phase. And activate is where you're getting energy. It's when you're excited, you're getting your game plan together, you're getting your projects together that you need to get done. Then the second month here, you get to the end of that month, and then you look at your project and go, hang on a second, this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. This next month here is what we call, in this space here, calibrate. And calibrate is, you know the least about your projects when you set out at the beginning. I see a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't calibrate at this point here because they're thinking, I need to hit my goals, I can't change. In fact, the best thing you can do is change. And for most people, simplify. And the third level, or the third month, is accelerate. In the accelerate phase, the blinker's on. You know what your target is. You've got the resources behind, and you're going, and you're making things happen and accelerate. You get to the end, and then at the end here, it's a super duper important phase. The end here is to celebrate. And celebrate is where you take a breath, you relax, you enjoy, you do internal team training. This is time where you take a time out. You might take holiday time. Now think about this. In this phase in here, particularly in sales and in sales team, this is where you don't let your sales team do any sales. I said that. You don't let them do any sales. Imagine that. Imagine you've got a sales team who you say you can't do sales for a month. What are they going to be like on this very next month? they're going to be at it. They're going to make it happen as quickly as they possibly can. There are 4 different phases. Now, I learned it as an athlete. I applied it into business, and I want to give full credit to the gentleman who helped put these words in. That's Simon Bowen. So thank you, Simon, for putting these words in my life, because it's made a huge difference to me and to my business and the people we're working with. Now, here's the thing is, you may not have heard this before on a 4-month sprint, and it may be hard for you to track or keep alignment on. So if you click on the link, I've got a PDF download which actually goes through these 4 months, and it's a really simple tool to keep in front of you to make sure that you're running on this rhythm. When you run on this rhythm, you'll find that you'll have a sustainable business and that you won't get burnt out. So all you have to do is just click on the link below. What we'll do is we'll send you a free copy of this PDF, and I want you to encourage you to put this into your business so that you have an amazing and incredible, but more importantly, sustainable business.